In yesterday's Philippine news video, I had mentioned an article that stated that somebody had put out feelers, uh, perhaps wanting to turn themselves in, surrender in this case of the kidnapping of the American in Zamboanga del Norte. The PNP, the Philippine National Police, as reported here in the Inquirer.net, they've nabbed 3 suspects in the kidnapping of the American. I've had people, a couple of people comment on my last video. This wasn't a kidnapping. It was blah blah blah. Well, no, a matter of semantics. Let's just call it what it is in this case. 3 suspects linked to the abduction of 26-year-old American citizen in Zamboanga del Norte on October 17th are already under police custody. Philippine National Police spokesperson Brigadier General John Fajaro said she received the update on Elliot Eastman's case from the regional director of Zamboanga Peninsula on Tuesday. And what other news do we have? Last October 27th, one of the persons of interest sent surrender feelers. This is what I reported yesterday. And yesterday I was informed by the regional director that 3 suspects are already under their custody. We will know later if they already filed a case of kidnapping against the 3 suspects under custody and 3 others that are still at large. On Monday, the PNP, Philippine National Police officials, said they are still conducting lookout operations to locate Eastman, adding that they have yet to find a proof of life. That is not good. She also opted not to provide any details on the identities of the persons of interest as the investigation is still ongoing. Based on previous reports, 4 armed men who posed as police officers reportedly abducted Eastman from his home and shot him in the leg when he tried to resist. He was taken into a getaway boat that headed out to sea. So that is the latest, come out just in the last couple of hours on Inquirer.net. I have not found it on other newspapers yet. It may be out there. In the coming days, we will learn more. Interesting reading the many comments. A lot of rumors out there. A lot of rumors that it was a personal grudge, that the wife's family was in on it. He had married a Muslim lady and moved into the kind of the no-go zone in southwest Zamboanga, southwest Mindanao. Very dangerous area. Information. Even he had a vlog, YouTube channel, and I've seen videos of him even saying that, yeah, people have come and warned me that there are some people who want to kidnap me. And there was a certain level, seemed to have a certain level of fear, and yet he didn't do anything about it. He had built, he's living there, he's got family there, and he didn't do anything about it. So he did not take it serious enough to flee that area, an area that he should not have been in the first place. Now, he had converted to Islam. I'm not sure which branch of Islam. There are 2 main branches of Islam, both of which disagree with each other on a number of things. I'm not sure which branch. There are a number of rebel groups in Mindanao, different parts of Mindanao, and sometimes it's clans operating as different groups. Sometimes it's religiously based groups. But it gets complicated once you start studying all the various groups, and you can put names on them. But I had a guy from Ireland. Many of you know about the United Kingdom and the Northern Ireland and the fights that went on for many years, the bombings up there. And I've had people from Ireland tell me that what you read in the news isn't hardly accurate at all. It has to do with a lot more deeper divisions and hostilities than what you see in the news, which tries to simplify things in their reporting. Oftentimes, when a big news story comes out, probably 80% of the time, the initial information is not accurate. You know, people want to put some information out, and then news organizations run with it. People hear what they want to hear. They hear rumors on other sites as well, and they think, well, this is the truth. I've had a number of people tell me, quit spreading misinformation. I'm just taking information off of the Philippine national news sites. If that's misinformation, then it's misinformation. You know, the media around the world, especially in the U.S., the Western countries, have their lowest trust rating ever. I think over 70% of the people basically don't trust what they see in the news media. So that's another issue. That's one reason why many of the newspapers are choosing not to endorse candidates for the president election. I think the guy Bezos, the owner of Amazon.com, who owns which paper is it he owns, he upset a lot of his staff. Some of them quit because he said, you know, we don't have any trust anymore. We're not trusted in the media, so we need to get out of the endorsement political arena. We need to be not part of the political apparatus out there, and doubt that'll really happen, but perhaps over years they can at least become a little more balanced and accurate in their reporting. Anyway, back to this story. We're just going to have to wait in the coming days to find out who these people are, what their motive was. Is this guy still being held by somebody? Is he alive? Is he not alive? Actually, a couple other stories. There's another typhoon. In fact, I think it's turned into a super typhoon that is going to affect especially northern Luzon, and I'll get into that story here in just a bit. But another kidnapping. 3 nabbed for kidnap of South Korean. And this is October 30th, 2024. Get some of the details down here. 3 people tagged in the kidnapping of a South Korean man in Pampanga have been arrested. Police reported the suspects, you can read their names if you want, were collared in a follow-up operation in Nueva Ecija. I don't know how to pronounce that. Up in the north of Luzon, anyway. The police director said a manhunt was launched for the alleged mastermind, identified as Tweenie Salas and 2 other suspects. Maranan said the suspects seized the 57-year-old foreigner on October 24th. The victim was about to meet a person for a car purchase deal when 3 armed men dragged him into a van. The suspect sent a photograph of the victim to his brother through a telegram and demanded ransom. So, you've got a setup, no doubt. He was set up. He's got cash. He's going to pay cash for a car, and he's going to meet somebody, and it was a setup to rob him of that money, number one. Number 2, to hold him for ransom. You should always meet somebody in a very public place. It is rather rare for that type of thing to happen to foreigners, but when it happens to foreigners, my observation over 9 years here, it's usually among Asians. It's the Chinese, the Koreans, Chinese, the pogos who are doing loan sharking and various things. They don't get paid by the various gamblers. Whatever the people are loaning money out, they don't get paid. They kidnap them, hold them for ransom until their family back in their country pays the ransom. Quite a number of those types of stories that I've read over the years. And the next story, Cyclone Leon intensifies into a super typhoon, and it happens, this red box here, Philippine Area of Responsibility. And once it crosses here, it has a different name, Kong Ray, out here in the Pacific. Once it crosses that red line, the Philippines changes the name, and they changed it to Leon this time. Leon. And here's the Philippines, here's Luzon, northern Luzon, and the models track it going up towards Taiwan. It will, because of the rain and wind bands, it will affect a big part of the Philippines as well. Jumping over to PAGASA, the Philippines agency that tracks weather, typhoons, storms. The last one that came across here did some major, never turned into a typhoon, but dumped just buckets and buckets of rain across several areas, Bicol region especially. And many of those places still trying to recover from the floods. Did a whole lot of damage. You don't need a typhoon to have a whole lot of damage. Typhoon speed has turned into a super typhoon here. Here's the legend down here. You've got up here in the northern islands, Batanes Islands, you've got signal level 3 and higher winds, 2, signal level 2 in North Cagayan Valley region, Isabela, and then even 1 down across much of Luzon as well. And as I've said in other videos, windy.com, jumping over to windy.com. It is a free app for your Apple or Android. It's online. I'm on their website. I pay for premium. I get some additional longer range forecasts, and I can go back in time, a certain amount of time, get a little bit of, anybody puts out exceptionally good apps and software. I do. I support a little bit. And they do just tremendous job. They keep improving it. They offer up just so much information. Here's the typhoon we're talking about right here, Leon, and you can go over here. You can get the satellite image. Something new here. You've got several day forecast as well, and we can go over here. We can get the weather radar. See what's going on there. Inches per hour, millimeters per hour. You can change it around. Number of different things you can do. You can do 3D down here. Make the thing more of a round thing. Make it look more like the Earth, round. Wind, that's what we have there. Rain and thunder. Gives you an idea what's going on, and I think one of these, even the lightning shows up. I think perhaps the satellite it does. But yeah, you can use it all over the world. Those of you in the US or Europe or other parts of Asia, Africa, they just put out a tremendous amount of information. If you're going to be sailing, if you're going to be flying, all kinds of information on cloud levels, wind, waves, currents. Anyway, check that site out if you would. Anyway, that's all the news I have for today. Thanks for watching. Safe travels. See you next time.